What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. As you see, this is Arkansas State's round 4. On our left, we have Sina, and on our right, we have Tim. Now, I know Sina is from Oklahoma. I think Tim is from Arkansas. If I remember correctly, Tim is playing Landorus, Lucario, Crobat, and I'm not really sure what Sina is playing. I know usually when I see him at tournaments, he is playing Yveltal, so hopefully he is playing the same thing. So it's cool to see an Arkansas local get on here, too. Um, I don't know if they're undefeated at this point. I'm not really sure what their records are. I didn't write those down. I just wrote their names. But hopefully this match is enjoyable. As we saw the last round, we saw Colton Day beat Nick Givens with a Toad Aromatese versus a Toad Manectric deck. Once again, I think the quality of the video is going to kind of be shaky. I know that just like in the last video. Alright. So here we start the game. And once again, there we go. I don't know why it's doing that. Alright, so we see Sina has a Toad, Darkrai, Voltorb. So I guess Sina is opting to play the Electrode, which lets you draw until you have 4 cards in your hand, which is pretty cool. You receive a repeat ball from Tim. He gets another Zubat in play. Now, as we see, Tim is playing the regular Zubats and not the Fruit Tree. And I asked him about this. Is that because he really likes the attack of it, and that's why he's opting to play it? So we don't see a supporter from Tim, which is not, that's obviously not what we want to see. So we see a Dark Energy going to the Toad. Question is, does Sina want to end him or Juniper? So he opts to use the end. He doesn't want to waste all his resources in his hand with a Sycamore. I think it was a Sycamore, not a Juniper. Sorry. I just always call it Juniper even though when they play Sycamore. I know it bothers some people, but I'm sorry about that. If I say Juniper and it's a Sycamore, I'm sorry. I'm just so used to saying Juniper. So I'm going to be sad when Juniper rotates out. My poor baby. Alright, so we see Sina has a Heart Charm, a Gem in it, but you only attach it to the EXs. So we see the Heart Charm going to the Toad, and we just see it pass. And we also see Sina drop an Yveltal EX too. So on a Tim turn, did he finally draw a supporter or not? Here we see a Strong Energy going to Hawlucha, a Fighting Stadium. Do you have Golbats or not? Alright, so we see an Ultra Ball discarding a Switch and Fighting Stadium. Thank you, Cena, for doing that. And here we see a Golbat, which puts 20 damage on any of Cena's Pokemon. And we see 20 going to the Voltorb. I guess he doesn't want him to evolve an Electrode to give him more draw power. And here we see a Sycamore. So Tim can discard a sand, draw 7. Alright, let's see here. Maybe Tim can get like another repeat ball out. Maybe some more Zubats. Maybe a Golbat would be pretty cool. But here we just see Retreat. Oh, and a Muscle Band. So 6, 8, 10, 12. So this is going to do 100 damage. And here we see a Versiga for Sycamore before Cena kind of Quaker punches him. So this Hawlucha is going to do 100 damage to this Toad. Let's see what happens afterwards. Yep. Alright, so there we see 100. So we see Cena once again has 2 Sycamores in his hand. Not the best of things he wants to see. He does have a Lysander, but that's pretty much useless. I guess he could bring up the Zubat if he wants to kind of leave it in the active spot. And it does have free retreat. So that's what Cena's going to do here. And we're going to see a quick punch for 30. Cena doesn't want to waste his resources. What's happening here? So we see Tim draw a card, and we see a Golbat come down, put 20 on the Electrode. He is really opting to kill this Voltorb before it evolves to Electrode. So we see an energy going to Lucario. Once again, I'm not why my quality is doing this. I'm going to look into it and try to fix it the best I can. I don't think my computer can handle what's going on. That's the problem right now. But now this Golbat has free retreat. He could just send it up and knock out this Toad here. Now the problem with Sina is all of his Pokemon need 2 energies unless he does play a Beedle Yveltal, which I'm pretty sure he does, but he would have to play like a Switch and draw into Yveltal or something. So we see a course from Sina, and here we see a Geminet going to Lucario. Once again, Geminet makes it where it does 20 less damage to a Pokemon. So I guess Sina is opting to play the bulky version of Yveltal with Heart Charms and Geminets. The question is he play Laser and stuff? Oh, we see Sina with a bunch of Darks in his hand too, like an Ultra Ball, a bunch of Darks. Alright, so here we see an Ultra Ball discarding 2 Darks. Let's see here. Trying to see if he doesn't seem like he plays Laser or any stadiums in that fact. But here we see a baby Yveltal come down. Question is, does Cena have like a float stone or a switch to actually attach this turn? If Cena does have that, that'd be a pretty cool play because that makes it where the Hawlucha can't attack the Yveltal because Hawlucha only can attack EX. Oh, he actually has the energy switch in his hand too. So here we see energy attached to the Yveltal EX retreat, energy switch the energy up, and we'll see an Oblivion for 30, putting an energy onto one of Cena's bench Pokemon. And obviously it goes onto the Yveltal to try to start loading up. Now on to Tim's turn. Uh, Tim could opt to go with attack with Lucario. The only problem is that Lucario does have a Jamming Net, but the first attack makes it where it's not affected by resistance. So it still could punch for 10 unless that's a strong energy, which can do 30, and then plus Stadium 50. So it is a weird position for Tim right now because he can't attack with the Hawlucha. Now if Tim can maybe like a Landorus or a new Lucario would be pretty cool too. So here we see a strong energy going to the Lucario, and I can't tell that the other one's a strong energy either. But here we see a Lysander bringing up the Yveltal EX, so that way he can start putting pressure on it. And we're going to see a Flying Press for 100, straight up 100, because of the resistance from Yveltal EX. So we see a DC attached, we see a Zerosa getting rid of the strong energy off the Lucario. And we'll see Evo Ball for a knockout on this Hawlucha. The question here is, does Tim have an energy to attack with this Lucario? Or better yet, can he get another Hawlucha and swing for another knockout this turn? That'd be pretty cool. See, what does Tim have? Time to see what happens. Now, he could also get Crobats and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, Crobats to start putting 30 on anywhere he wants to. So if he gets like a double Crobat, which puts 60, puts the Yveltal at 160, and another energy, he can actually just knock out the Yveltal EX that way. He can also do double Crobat, Magic Energy, and Skill Dive the active for 30. But I think the better play would be attack to Lucario if he does get the double Crobats. But here we see a Karina, so none of these things are going to happen unless he has something crazy in his hand that I don't know about. But here we see a Landorus come down and an Ultra Ball. Now imagine with this Ultra Ball he would get his first Crobat come into play. Question is, what else is in his hand? Wait and see. So we see a Landorus come down. Now, if he does have an energy, he can actually snipe that Voltorb for a knockout on the bench, which would be pretty cool. So here we see an Ultra Ball. It looks like Tim has like a 20 card hand. This card's a Muscle Band and a Trump card. Now, I hope Tim has another Muscle Band in his hand, because if he has another Muscle Band, he can actually attach it to the Landorus. And that way, Cena can attach another head ringer to it. I mean, not head ringer, Gemini. I'm sorry about that. But here we see a... can't remember what Crobat's first deck is, which puts 30 damage anywhere. Okay, yeah, it's just a regular, so 30, 40, 50, 67. So 50. So it brings it up to 160. 12, 13. Oh, was it? 3, 4, 5, 7, 7. Minus resistance 6, 5. Oh, is that 130? I'm sorry, I did the math wrong. I'm so sorry about that. I thought it was 100 to 10. I saw the math wrong in my head. It looked like it was 100 and then a 10, but they know what they're doing. Like I said in last video, they are in real time doing this math while I'm just here in 3 times speed trying to figure out what's going on. We see a Dark Energy going to the Darkrai and a Oblivion for 30. So it doesn't seem like Cena's in the best position. Tim does only have one prize left too, because he did take a knockout on that Electro too when he used the Hammerhead, which is very cool. They obviously made a great play that turn, and I just happened to miss it. So let's see, what can Tim win this turn or not? Is the question. So go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we see 30 onto a Darkrai, Lysander up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he didn't even need the Crobat. He could have just knocked it out. Okay. They were Cena's making sure that he took all his prizes. I guess he missed the electrode or something. But yeah, so we see Tim win that game pretty easily, which is kind of weird because Cena does play the hard charms and everything, and with the resistance and stuff like that. But also Tim just kind of been really hot getting those quick Haluchas, which is what he really needs in this matchup. If he can swing Halucha turn one, while Cena's trying to power up Yveltal EXs, you kind of win that way. We also saw it basically take out a Toad too, which is pretty cool. I think that's what wins this matchup. Just attacking with Haluchas against Toads and Haluchas against just anything. Because I mean, Halucha has the capability to stand 100 over and over again with EXs, even with the resistance. So once again, I apologize for the quality cutting in and out. I'm not really sure why it's doing that. I'm pretty sure it's my computer just, not being the greatest right now. I think it's struggling at doing this 2 times speed and recording. But once again, I'm gonna look into it after this match and see if I can fix it. I'm 100% sure what it is, but if I can't fix it, I'm sorry. Hopefully, I'll be able to fix it in the future. So, alright, so let's see here. I imagine Cena wants someone to go first. Here we see a handshake, and we see a Seismic and a Lucario start. Now, the cool thing about Tim playing a Lucario in his deck, it doesn't have weakness to water like the Landorus does. Here we see a Ultra Ball discarding. Looks like 2 darks, maybe. Okay, a dark and a Verse Seeker. I guess this way Cena's just going to attach a dark for a turn. And that way he just has the turn 2 Quake a Punch for sure. But I could be wrong. He could be getting something else. Alright, so you see the Electrode and Voltorb are both in Cena's deck, which is pretty cool. We see a baby Yveltal come down, which is really good in this matchup. Just because, like I said earlier, Holucha cannot attack the Yveltal. And... and it also has resistance to like Lucario and Landorus, so I think a hard charmed Yveltal is the way to go this matchup. But we got Cena does have to hit that stuff too. Uh, Here we see a Dark Energy. Cena is debating where to attach it to. So he's actually just going to Sycamore his hand away and see if he can draw into a DCE. The only thing I don't like about this if he doesn't draw any energies or not. Alright, so I see a DCE. Alright. So we see 2 hard charms going down. We see a DC going to the Toad. We see another baby Yveltal come down too, which is pretty cool. And of course, just a fast. You can't attack turn 1 of Pokemon anymore. Unless you're playing that new Latios card coming out. I hear you see another Lucario come down. A Fighting Energy going to it. A Switch. Very nice. Tim has everything he needs right now. Does he have like a Muscle Band? If he has a Muscle Band and like a Fighting Stadium, that'd be pretty good turn 1. I think I saw Tim discard your people. Um, Even if you know that your 2 cards are out, like let's say if Tim knows he only plays 2 cards and both in play, I would still use your people just to search his deck. But that's if he played your people. I'm not saying he did. When we see him discard a Strong and a Golbat, his other cards must be like really, really good. So here we see it gets a Zubat. Hopefully Tim has another. I would imagine he has another Strong Energy in his hand, just for next turn to attach to. Like I said, Baby Tip's 2 cards are really good. Or other 3 cards. Here we see a Verse Seeker. Or I guess a Juniper. I couldn't really see it. Sorry about that. We're kind of in the same boat. You're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. It's not a fancy trick or anything, I promise. Here we see a Quake Punch for 30. Now here's cool with Lucario. Alright, see a Crobat at 20 on the Voltorb. And a Colress. Oh, the before turn, Lucario used Missile Draft for 10 because of the Hard Charm. But what's cool about Lucario, its second attack lets you draw until you have 6 cards. It does 60. I think it's called Corkscrew Punch. You do 60 and you draw until you have 6 cards in your hand, which is pretty cool. It helps you set up and everything too. So here we see Corkscrew Punch doing 60. Basically, the Hard Charm and the Strong Energy kind of cancel each other out. So here we see a Darkrai come down. I can't really see what's going on. I'm sorry. So here we see a Sycamore. Draw 7. And I see a couple ends in his hand. We see an baby Yveltal come down. Here we see a golden Ultra Ball. And imagine this turn Sina was to get Electrode. I know I saw it in his deck while he was searching, so let's see what happens here. There it is. So like I said earlier, Electrode lets you draw until you have 4 cards in your hand. The ability is called Magnetic Draw. So, right. And on Tim's turn, he can punch. He can corkscrew smash for another 60. Oh, here we see Electrode. Like I said, draw until you have 4 cards in his hand. Cena doesn't have any energy in his hand, so he can't attack for turn. But here we see another Quick Punch for 30, bringing up the Lucario to 60. Now, if Tim gets a Golbat, he can do 30. Plus another 60 from the Lucario, so 6. Oh, 30, 40, 15, 16. I'm only up to 160. I guess that'd be cool because if he can get like a Crobat and Zubat next turn, he can just drop a Golbat and actually just knock out the Toad that way. But here we see Karina. That is not what Tim wants to see because he can only get a fighting Pokemon and an item card, and obviously he can't use item cards. And whoa, we see Tim just play 3 Lucario. So is it more like a Lucario Bat deck with like 1 Landorus just to counter the meta? Because during week 2 of States, Toad was one of the most dominant decks at the time. Lucario makes a lot of sense to play instead of that. Here we see Lucario come down. We see a fighting energy go into Lucario. And we see a corkscrew smash for 60. Now, I'm not really sure how much the other deck does. I thought it did 100, and if that's the case... Okay, it still would have knocked it out if it did 100 because the 20 from the missile, 20 from the strong energy gets canceled out the hard charm. Sorry, that's my bad. I just, I think it does 100 if I remember quickly. I haven't looked at Lucario's start attack that much, so. But I know Tim is obviously he knows what he's doing. He's in round 4 on the top table, so I'd trust him. So we see Cena drawn to a Geminate again. Imagine he'll drop this onto the other Lucario. The question is, which one? Does he attach it to the active one or the bench one? Let's see. Cena also has, let's see, 2 energy switch in his hand, a dark. Oh, he has a pretty good hand. Just gotta debate what to do with it. He could actually attack with Baby Yveltal if he wants to. Because he can like touch energy, retreat, Olivia Wing, but do you want to give him item lock or not? So he opts not to do that. He attached Yveltal somewhere during that turn and I missed that. I'm sorry about that. Once again, it's kind of hard for me to see sometimes when it cuts in and out. Now let's see. Corkscrew Smash is only do 40. So now Tim needs a Crobat this turn to actually get the knockout. So we see Crobat putting 30 on the active. And now we see a Corkscrew Smash for a knockout. As it does 60 plus the 20, 80. Minus the Geminate, 60. Minus the Hard Charm, 40. Now let's see, on to Cena's turn. If he has a DCE, he can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 120 to actually knock out the Lucario. If he has another Dark, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he can actually just knock out this Lucario with the Dark Energy if he attaches to the Yveltal EX. I think I did the math right. But he opts to use, he's going to use its second attack, Darkness Blade, which does 100 damage. Flip a coin if tails. This you can't attack with this, but when next turn if heads you can. So, but it does straight 100. And like I said earlier, Baby Yveltal is the kind of card you want to attack with. Now, it makes it where, like I said, Hawlucha can hurt you, and he has resistance to fighting too. You see the hard shot coming down to the Yveltal, which is good because it stacks with the resistance and the hard charm, which is pretty cool. Here we see a Darkness Blade, which he did flip tails. But the cool thing about this is Cena can rush in and retreat to kind of get rid of the effect. Here we see a Crobat come to active spot. Tim hasn't dropped. Obviously he's only dropped one Zubat this game, but that's because he's been toad locked, so he's not been able to search for him. So I imagine this turn Tim would start playing a bunch of item cards. So here we see a Super Scoop Up to pick up the Zubat and Crobat Golbat. Here we see a Muscle Bang onto the Lucario. Now, if he has a strong energy, that'd be pretty cool. Just kind of smack 20 more damage. Maybe draw more if he has any. So here we see your people taking another Zubat. Like I said, Tim has probably been holding onto a lot of item cards that he's had in his hand. He does have a pretty big hand. Both Cena and Tim both have a pretty big hand overall. Alright, so I think we see computer search to get a fighting energy. I'm pretty sure that's what happened here because I saw. Oh no, Fresh Letter. Sorry about that. Okay. So use some Fresh Letter to get a fighting energy. I know Tim still has the computer search in his hand because he searched for it to ever go. Here we see another fighting stadium come down. And we see an end from Tim. Cena was just double making sure that he didn't play a supporter. So right now the prices are 6 and 4, so Cena will only draw 4 while Tim draws 6. No, it's 4 to 4. I'm very sorry about that. Tim did knock out a Toad last turn. So. Okay, so let's see here. Tim could do what's 40 this turn with Corkscrew Punch. Wow, that is crazy. That is not what you want to see. It does 40, and Tim can draw to you 6 cards, which is pretty cool. Once again, that's why Corkscrew Smash is pretty cool, just because you can draw into 6 cards in his hand. So on to Cena's turn. We see a Lyson or a DCE. Another Hard Charm. So we see like at least, I think Cena plays. Okay, yeah, I think he plays 4 Hard Charms. That's pretty cool. Now, once again, this Yveltal can't attack this turn because he did flip Tails on Oblivion Wing. It's gonna be. We're gonna see what happens. Nah, I think he flipped Tails. I'm like pretty sure he did. So I think we're gonna see a rush in here. And probably just attach the DC to retreat. Which, I mean, it's okay play because either way, if he plays a Juniper, he has to get rid of the DCE. I guess Cena's just going to hold on to his energy and his supporter's return. Oh, we see a Life Center to bring up the Zubat with the Muscle Band. And we will see, I imagined, and Darkness Blade for knockout here. So we see a Darkness Blade for 100. Once again, Cena flips a coin. And this time I can't tell what it is. Oh, Cena picks it up before I can even see what the result of it is. But Cena did catch it last time where he had a rush to retreat, so I trust him. Like I said, I trust both these players, obviously in their top tables, like I said. So we see another Zubat come down. That question is, does Tim have a Golbat in his hand or not? So he's looking at Darker right now. Maybe he wants to kind of kill it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this will knock out this Darkrai. So now Cena's gonna be in a real weird position now. Here we see a computer search, discarding a trump card and an AZ. Once again, thanks Cena for spreading his cards out to see what he discarded and to help me see what he discarded too. So we see a computer search for a Verse Seeker. Okay. Maybe he just wanted to thin his deck out so that when he Corkscrew Smash, he has the possibility to draw more cards, which seems pretty cool. There, here we see a Corkscrew Smash for a knockout. The cool thing with Corkscrew Smash is you can draw up to 6, and then take your 2 prizes. Now onto Cena's turn. We see an Id, which is pretty good because Tim had 8 cards in his hand. He had 6 off the Corkscrew Smash and then 2 off the prizes. So. Let's see, what does Tim get here? Once again, he gets to use Corkscrew Smash to just draw into 6 prizes too. But the Darkness Blade will do 100 damage. But here we see a Dark Energy going down to the Yveltal EX. Just kind of powered up so that way you can swing with it later. Now we see a Golden Enhanced Hammer in Sina's hand. Sadly, Tim doesn't have any special energies in play. So I think that's a tails once again. That's what it seems like. Oh no, it's a heads. There we go. There we go. Thanks, camera, for not messing up. Here we see 20 going into the kill deal. See a Lysander bring out the kill deal. Kind of saying, all right, Sina, you need a darkness energy to kind of retreat, or a DC. But we see the darkness energy in his hand. But now, let's see, the kill deal is up to 120. If Tim gets a Crobat and a Golbat, he actually just wins because he can do 30 to the kill deal, bring it up to 150, and then branch another Golbat. I mean, hit another Golbat to bring it up to 170. You will see Sina. Oh, because he has to retreat, manually retreat because Tim did knock out his Darkrai last turn, so that's why he had energy switch to Darkrai, the Dark Energy up to kill deal, which is pretty fine. He will be able to take a knockout this turn, and it'll be 1-2. It'll be up to Tim's last turn to see what happens. So here we see the Golbat on active spot. Also, he can get like a Crobat and Golbat with energy. So if he goes Crobat energy, he can win this turn too. Here we see a Landorus come down. See a fighting energy. Burst Seeker for the Lysander, bring up the kill deal, and do 62 and take his last two prize. So really good game too. And we did see Tim win this game. Hopefully you enjoyed the game. Once again, I'm sorry about the quality of the video. I'm going to work on this right now ASAP, try to fix it before I go into round 5. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the game. And as you see, I do use VLC to watch my matches and actually record over them. But hopefully you enjoyed this game, and thanks for watching. Alrighty, bye.